Hello YouTubers, The Elder here, fellow Harmony. We had a weird weekend here in Houston. This is I believe our fourth day of consistent rain. I mean, it feels like I'm in Tacoma, Washington, or Seattle, Washington, or something like that. So I've been cooped up inside for several days, and I'm sick of the trainer. So today I got some time, so I'm heading out. It's raining, drizzling, light rain. Nothing crazy, but the roads are wet, everything's messy, and so what I decided to do is do a video on how do you dress for a wet ride. And you can notice it's about 50 degrees outside, which with the moisture feels probably like 45, so it's cold. And so today what I'm wearing this is my base layer. I got this from Footwear on sale. It's fairly reasonably priced, but it breathes really well. So I got my base layer on, and I'm wearing these are a pair of shorts made by Castelli with their what they call their Nano Flex technology. But basically it beads water. I've got several garments. There's another one Footwear makes called Shadow Bib Shorts. It's pretty pricey. I had a special deal on it a long time ago, so I got a pair in there. But I'm wearing the Castelli because it makes a difference. It keeps the water from soaking through the Lycra. And so since it's in the 50s, I'm wearing this. I'm wearing my base layer, and I'm going to wear another jacket that Castelli makes. You've probably heard of it. It's called the Gabba. I mean, I bought these with my own money. I'm not being paid for this, so I just wanted to share with you guys. The Gabba, what I like about it is, this one is a convertible jacket that the sleeves are removable. The red that you see here, they're zippers. I'm not going to take them off because they're needed today because it's cold. So these are great because if you wear them and the weather changes and it gets warmer, it can convert into a short sleeve jersey. And it's almost, the material, I wouldn't call it neoprene, but it has a rubbery feel, although it's very lightweight. But the best thing I like about them is you can see how they fit like a jersey. This is a jacket. So since it's just in the 50s and I'm going to be outside working, I don't need a jersey under this. And so I'm just going to wear it as a jersey and get it zipped up. So you can kind of get a look at it. Let me move my mic. And put that on the outside here. But I just wanted you to kind of look at it. This is a jacket that fits like a jersey. So nowadays, your jacket doesn't have to look like you're wearing a big sail on your body. And you can see how this thing fits me. It's longer in the tail. I did a lot of research a year or so ago before I bought this. A lot of the pros use them. They come in different colors. I got the black one because it's low maintenance. But all of this is reflectorized. When you see the white down here, all of that, it has pockets. So I'm gonna wear this, and then I've got a pair of gloves here that I have not worn before, but I've had in my stockpile. It's made out of neoprene. I got that on sale. I get most of my stuff on sale. I get them when I don't need it. Let me find it here. And this one is also made by Rafa. That's it right there. Let me just show it to you. These are neoprene gloves. The cool thing is they're very lightweight neoprene. I'm gonna slip them on just so you can see them, but I gotta put my shoes on yet. But basically my hands are not gonna be wet, and you can see. Very lightweight, goes over my jacket, so it seals everything in. So even though it's gonna be feeling like it's gonna be in the 40s, when I get out there, I'm gonna be nice and toasty. Okay. So this is, I just wanted to kind of do this for you guys that live in the Seattle area. You probably already know a lot of this stuff. You probably wear regular rain jackets, that got different kind of parkas and hoods and different things. But if you were to do a fast ride and you're in that area, I wanted to kind of just talk about the things that we wear. When I used to race, we had those clear plastic jackets, but they were like an oven. There was nothing breathable about them. These are very breathable. technology has come a long way. So I can wear this and ride in the rain all day. So my hands, I show you the neoprene. I'm going to show you what I do for my feet. And then I'm going to show you, let me show you my helmet first that I'm going to wear. Those of you that have aero helmets, they come in handy in weather like this. This is made by POC. It only has one hole in the front right there. Nice and warm helmet. So this paired with a cap is really all I need, because it's not going to get, my cap's not going to get wet, because it's almost like having a shield. The helmet is completely covered. The whole thing is covered. It's got that hole for ventilation. In fact, this helmet is so warm that if I wear it when it's dry and it goes much above 50 degrees, I have to pull my hat out because I get warm under there. But this is what I use to cover my head. And then since it's cloudy, I'm going to be wearing my clear lenses. I've got these in my old Revo glasses here. You want to cover your eyes. There's a lot of grit out there. You want to protect your eyes at all time. I never ride without sunglasses, because there are some little bugs, the real tiny ones, that get in your eye. They hurt like crazy. I've had that experience before, so I never ride without glasses. These are clear lenses, and these are like the only time I use them, or if it's going to be late in the evening or something like that. But they work great. I'm going to put them right here. So now on to the feet. And basically I wear any shoe I want to wear. My biggest concern is keeping the grit from the road from getting off my shoe. I got these on sale a long time ago from Rock Right Again. These are made out of neoprene. They're very lightweight, and they go over your shoe. They have the holes cut out for the heel there, and then for the cleat in the front. That's pretty much, with this, it comes all the way up. All the way up here. So it really protects your feet, So, and basically I'm just going to wear regular socks and put my shoe on, and I'll be good to go. But that's all I really wanted to cover before I go ahead and take my little wet ride here. The light's kind of going around 5:30. It gets dark, so it's in the middle of the afternoon. So I'm going to roll out and I want to get at least a couple of hours in just to get outside. It's been 3 or 4 days of rain, and just heavy rain, and now this is the clearest moment we've had. Well, we got light rain, and so I'm headed out. So don't let the weather keep you from getting out there and riding. I don't like to go more than 3 days without doing anything, and it's been just about that time. I've been busy with other stuff around the house, so this is a day where I need to kind of get back into it and get back into my routine. This is Monday. It was supposed to be an easy day, so I'm just going to go out a couple of hours and just loosen up. Nothing structured. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you have any questions about where to find these products, you just have to search. Just search online. I don't have any affiliation with any of these guys. It's a good product. I researched it. I love this jacket. I love how it feels. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a plastic bag. It's a soft neoprene. It's almost like the shoe covers. I think all these companies are getting around to using the lightweight neoprene that they use. But the biggest thing is to make sure your shoes are covered so that your feet don't get soaking wet, and make sure your hands are covered when you're riding in the rain. Because if those two are okay, since the body does not circulate there very well. When it gets real cold, it protects the core. So for the most part, if you cover your extremities, you can really last. I'm going to put on some knee warmers also, because it's in the 50s and it's going to feel like it's in the 40s. So I'm going to cover my knees before I head out. But that's pretty much what you need for wet weather riding. Now, if it's wet and very cold, the challenge is making sure you stay dry. So you really need more waterproofing stuff. This jacket will work, but you're going to have to wear something warmer like a jersey under it because of the temperature. And you might want to wear a thicker hat under a helmet like this, or whatever helmet you have. They have some helmets with like that have vents that you can slide back and forth. Cost makes one. I have a buddy. I used to have one, and I sold that a while ago. But any aero helmet would do in the winter. It doesn't have to be only when it's wet. If it's cold, you just want to cover your head, and then you can leave your fully vented helmet at home. But if you wear your fully vented helmet when it's dry, then of course a hat keeps you warm. But in the rain, having a fully vented helmet, the water just goes right through your head. So if you've got a helmet that's aero, that kind of doesn't have vents all over, makes a big difference. But nothing will stop you from wearing the other helmet. You're just going to have to wear something that repels water a little more. And they've got some wool caps that can do that. This is how I'm equipped for the ride. It's about 50 degrees outside. Probably feels like 45 thereabouts with rain. It actually started drizzling a little bit more when I was getting dressed. So I wanted to show that my booties that I have on here, it's important to note that my leg warmers are actually over the booties, because you have to think in terms of how the water is going to run. If I had put these inside my booties, then the water would get in my shoe. So I'll put them over the booties so that it keeps the water out, because water doesn't go up. When water splashes on you, it goes down. So that's why my leg warmers are over the booties, even though the booties extend pretty high up. But that will keep my feet nice and toasty, because that's where the booties extend, the neoprene, so they're waterproof. And so I just put and these are just standard leg warmers. They're not waterproof or anything, but they're going to work great for what I need. I mean, it's going to work fine. These will beat water. These are waterproof, so I don't have to worry about that. If it were going to be a day where it was going to get warmer, then these come off. The zippers over here, I can take them off. They have pockets. I can put them in my pocket. And it basically has a sleeve that goes up to here. The sleeve stops right here. You can actually feel it in there. So it's not like it's going to be like a sleeveless garment when you take this off. When you take this off, there's a sleeve on the Gabba convertible jersey. In fact, let me take it off so you guys can just see. So I've talked about it a couple of times in here. It's not something that you want to do while you're on the bike. You know, this particular thing, you kind of have to stop to take it off. It's not exactly easy to take off while you're riding, as you can see. So I'm using my middle finger to push it up all the way, but I just like the way that they use the zipper as part of the design of the actual arm. So they basically, just like a zipper would on a jersey, once you get to the end, then it comes off right there like that, and then you will pull off the arm if the day got warmer, and voila, you got a short sleeve waterproof jersey. And this would work well into the 60s. You know, if it got much warmer than that, it might get a little uncomfortable. You probably have to just zip the front down. But that's what I like about the jersey. So, you know, you're out there riding, it gets to like 60 thereabouts, you pull the arm off, fold it up, stick it in your jersey. You have to stop to do that. I wouldn't want to do this on the bike. It's not exactly easy to reach. And the other thing I do on my bike is I put this ass saver. I got it for like $7 or $8 online a long time ago. It goes right under the saddle here. And I use my tie bike when I ride in the rain. You know, it's tied. I don't have to worry about water creeping somewhere and starting to rust if I miss it. Because if it's going to be raining a lot, like several days in succession I'm riding, I don't bother washing the bike. I just clean my drivetrain and I put heavy lube on there. And those of you in the Seattle area know what I'm talking about. So instead of the dry lube that I've talked about in the past, I've got like this one called Chain L. It's a pretty thick lube, but anything will do that's wet lube. You want wet lube, you're going to be riding the rain a lot. And then after that, and it dries up, I basically degrease my chain and put the regular dry lube, because most of the time here I don't need wet lube. But today I have the dry lube on there. It's going to last for the ride that I need. And that's pretty much it. And with my neoprene gloves, my whole body is sealed. I just want to share that with you guys. My shoes are completely covered. There's nowhere for water to get in. And that's the key. You know, you don't want water creeping in while you're riding. That's what makes you feel real yucky. You know, your toes get squishy and so forth. So you don't want that. And my neoprene gloves here, they're nice and light. And what I like about them is I can pick up a coin with them. You know, I don't know how they did the design, but they have a ribbed inner here. I don't know how they did that either. But you can see, nice and grippy. So you're on the bars. I mean, it's just comfortable. It's like a raincoat for your hands. And you feel everything, you can shift, no worries. So they really did a good job. So they put them on sale a while back, and I got them from the Rafa site, and it was on sale. They're reasonably priced. So I've had them for at least a year. They've just been sitting in the drawer waiting for the right opportunity. They're part of the Pro Team collection. I like their Pro Team stuff because of the fit and the functionality. They work with their Pro Team guys in designing that. That's the only thing with the Rafa stuff. Is great, but it's very pricey. But if you wait till they're having clearances and stuff, you get them at comparable prices to other stuff. the stuff's well thought out and everything, but it's the normal prices are kind of high. But that's it. So don't let the weather stop you from getting out there. That's what this video is about. Well, this is after my ride. I'm glad I went out. I mean, it felt good to get out after almost 4 days of rain around here. But I tell you one thing, as good as the ride was and as prepared as I was with my ass saver and all the stuff I did, I tell you one thing I noticed. I don't ride in the rain very often, but it confirmed everything I've experienced in the past. Most of the water, most of the stuff comes from our tires. The rain itself doesn't do much to you. It's your bike itself that gets you dirty. Because I was watching it, all the water in my shoe, and the shoe covers that I wore and everything came from my front tire. All the water in the drivetrain came from the front tire. So really, if you're going to do this a lot, I'm sure the guys in Tacoma like Scott and them will probably chime in on this video. You want to get some mud guards, okay? Because they've got mud guards, and I'm seriously considering that. I'm going to check the weather because I enjoyed riding in the rain. What I did find was, in addition to all the crap you run into with the weather, drivers give you a wide berth. At least that was my experience today. I guess they realize you're on 2 wheels and they're on 4 wheels, and they know it's slippery. But man, everybody was just super nice today. So it just blew me away. It's like they all passed really wide. They slowed down. I was like, man, so that was what I experienced, and it was great. It was a great ride, but I'm definitely going to look online and see if there are some temporary mud guards that I can slip on this road bike the next time I do this, because I will be a lot drier, because 90+% of the water came from the crap that was already on the road. It wasn't raining that hard when I was out there. So if I had mud guards, I'd be a lot drier. There'd be a lot less to clean, especially off the drivetrain. So yeah, seriously consider that. You're going to ride in the rain often, and I may be preaching to the choir, to the guys in the wet areas like Tacoma and Seattle and so forth. They probably already do. You want to invest in some mud guards. This bike I got, it's a standard road bike. I wouldn't put any permanent mud guards on it. But if you have a touring bike or a bike you use for commuting or whatever, yeah, you definitely want to put some mud guards on it, because I paid attention to that today, and all the muck and all that crap came off my wheels. The front wheel does the most damage. I mean, the back does somewhat, but most of the water came from the wheels. So our wheels get us dirty when we're riding in the rain, more so than the rain itself. And when you think about it, it makes sense. The rain's coming, there's nothing in the way, it just hits you. The dirt's on the ground. So from the ground up, it's your wheels picking it up. But that's what I observed. I watched it today, and it was like, because it didn't rain much, I got wet from the stuff that was already on the road. And my feet are dry and everything because of everything I put on and how I protected myself. But I think that with mud guards, it would have been I would have been so much drier. I'd have less cleanup to do after the ride. So I just wanted to add that in here and say, it's great. Riding in the rain's great. I mean, there's some little handling things you get used to. It's nice. I kept the air pressure the same, 90 in the front, 95 in the back. I didn't have too many problems. It was really different. It was good. The air felt good. I mean, it was great. I was dressed right. I didn't overheat or anything, and I was not cold. So the jacket works. I mean, it's hanging up. I want to make sure it dries out before I put it in the closet here. So it's hanging up, but it didn't get dirty because of this ass saver. Really worked. Kept all the debris off of me. And with the material of the jersey being almost like neoprene, it's easy to clean. With the booties being black, they were all easy to clean. So, yeah, if I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to actually look online tonight and find some kind of temporary mud guard. So Scott, if you've got suggestions on mud guards that you can just attach to a bike, non-permanent stuff that works, to just keep some of that spray, especially off the back of the front wheel. That's where I saw most of it coming, right down here, coming onto the pedals and all of that. So if you have any suggestions, please post your links on here or put it in a comment. I'm definitely going to look for some, because it was great riding in the rain. But I definitely want to get something like that before I do this again, especially on a long ride. But it was great being out there. I wouldn't change anything. So I'm definitely going to find the mud guard, put it on there so I can do this more often, because it makes a tremendous difference. But post your comments, questions below, okay? And be safe on the roads.